Alright, before this video starts, I'd like to say these are all just my opinions. I mean, I'm not stating these as facts, so if you don't agree with me, that's cool, I guess. But yeah, enjoy the video. Over time, you always get excited for something. There's always something you look forward to, or there's something you always are just waiting to happen. And then eventually it does happen. But then that thing is very underwhelming. You've had this feeling before, and it sucks. Well, today, I'm going to be talking about a couple of things that made me get that feeling. Now, when I played Devil May Cry 3, one of my favorite bosses, if not my favorite boss, was Cerberus. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. I don't know. But Cerberus was like my favorite fight. I love it. It's just a simple fight. It's cool. The theme is awesome. And you get a godlike weapon. I love the nunchucks. It's overall just a really cool fight, and it's honestly a really good introduction to how the bosses will work in this game. So when I heard or saw that DMC5 had Cerberus, I was really excited. Hell, I was actually extremely excited. I could not wait to fight Cerberus again. I love the fight. I also love the theme. It's a theme I listen to every once in a while when I get bored or don't know what else to listen to. So as I got through the game and I eventually got to playing as Dante, I then waited and waited and waited and waited to get to the Cerberus area. But then as soon as I saw that ice building up, I was like, oh yeah, it's about time to fight Cerberus. So I get in there. I watch the cutscene. I love the cutscene. And I see Cerberus' design and I'm like, ooh, that's fire. This is King Cerberus. He's got like a gnarly thing going on. One head is lightning, one is fire, one is ice. The teeth are really different. The voice is really sick. The design is awesome. He's not restricted by chains anymore, so he's actually moving around. It is like the coolest build up. Then I do the fight. It's alright. Now, as you see in this gameplay footage, I will always admit I'm not the best at Devil May Cry, so I admittingly kind of suck at it. But even then, it was still, in my opinion, for me personally, as a boss for Devil May Cry, it was pretty underwhelming. I mean, oof. It was a cool build-up too, but I just felt like the boss personally just wasn't as exhilarating as I thought it would be. And you may be thinking, well, it's a giant three-headed dog. What did you expect? While I will give you that, I at least expected more than just each phase having two different things they do. The lightning phase is alright, but it's just not as amazing as I thought it would be. And I'd also like to say the theme for Cerberus, or King Cerberus in DMC5, is just not my favorite. Someone did make a good point saying it is very intense. It kind of fits the whole intense battle with King Cerberus. Whilst I agree with that, I still think it's kind of just a overall mid theme. I mean, I think Gabber is what it reminds me of, and while I do love Angerfoot soundtrack, so I kind of sound a bit hypocritical, I really just do not mess with King Cerberus' theme because the middle of it just sounds like I don't know. I mean, as you heard, I just don't know how to describe it. I think the best way I can describe it just sounds like if a turntable with a bunch of Skrillex sound effects had a heart attack and just that was it. I don't know. I just feel like King Cerberus' fight and theme is just not as good as I hope it would be. But like I said, there's a reason it's at the bot. It's at the lowest of this list. It's not the worst thing. It's not the most terrible, underwhelming, disappointing thing. But I still think I'd like to include it. If you know me, my favorite music artist of all time is Daft Punk. I love Daft Punk, and I was I admit, I was crying. I was heartbroken when they broke up. So, of course, when I was listening to Daft Punk before they broke up, I eventually discovered the artist Justice. Now, Justice is a really cool artist. I love their music. Their first album, Cross, is just phenomenal, and I think everyone should listen to it. But when I heard they were gonna release a new album this, well, not this year, but in 2024, I was pretty excited, you know? That's like the closest I got to Daft Punk, and considering they're releasing a new album, I was hyped. I was excited. I could not wait for that album to come out, especially learning that Tame Impala, of all people, is going to be collabing with them. And I like Tame Impala too. Who doesn't like Tame Impala? Everyone loves Tame Impala. So the record came out. Not the record, jeez. The album came out. I listened to it. Oh, you already know. Never Ender, banger. Generator, love that song, banger. Which also I'd like to say, I don't like the kick drum being in the left ear. I'd just like to point that out. I don't know if anyone else notices that. Anyways, but then I got to the rest of it. Incognito, I heard that. It was alright. Moonlight Rendezvous, I really love that song. The rest, Mannequin Love, I actually like that song. But besides those songs, everything else was, I mean, it's not crazy. It's not terrible. It's just alright. And that's kind of how I felt leaving the album. I just felt a sense of just, alright. It was just alright. It was very underwhelming from what I expected. To be fair, I may have hyped it up a little bit for myself, as I had the mindset of thinking, okay, this is the closest I got to Daft Punk. But when I really listened to the album with that completely out of mind, and it was just thinking of it as a Justice album, I still thought it was alright. Kind of a little sad that I felt that way towards it. I really, really wanted it to be one of my favorite albums of that year. It's a good album. It's like a 6.5 out of 10. But this, I feel like, everyone can collectively agree on. I felt like this one was the most disappointing out of the entire list. Actually, no. It's, I don't know. Anyways, so if you saw my vinyl collection video, I love Slipknot. It's one of my favorite bands. I have signed drumsticks and everything. I love Slipknot. I even saw them live at Knotfest. It's one of my favorite memories I've ever have so far in life. And Knotfest was awesome. And the fact is the 25th anniversary for their first album was even better. So eventually, a couple months later, I was like, alright, hopefully Slipknot's going to be making a new album. They kind of teased at it a bit and all that. Jim Root's been saying he's been wanting a new album, and I can fully agree. So then, eventually, when I saw this pop up on their website, I was exhilarated. Because I thought, man, we're going to be getting a new Slipknot album. Alright, next one is something I think I'm going to get straight into because it is extremely disappointing. This might honestly be the most disappointing thing on this list for me besides Slipknot's announcement. It's Subnautica Below Zero. I love Subnautica. Honestly, one of my top 5 games of all time. I love Subnautica. It is a phenomenal game. I love it so much, and I grew up basically on Subnautica in a weird way. Eventually, around the time, I think it was 2018 or 19, around that time period or whatever, they announced Below Zero. I don't even think it was called Below Zero at the time. Like I said, I'll see if it is. But they was like, hey, new Subnautica, and I was excited. And it was like really cool. We saw this art, we heard it's gonna be a DLC, and I was like, sweet. We heard a bunch of stuff. Story change, new composer, which, let me say real quick, the composing in Below Zero isn't bad. I mean, it's not on the level of Subnautica 1, but still not bad. I don't know why people make fun of it or dog on it so much. I think it's still pretty good. But just a bunch of stuff happened, delays and all of that. So then eventually the game came out, and man, let me tell you, I saw gameplay, and I was like, no, I'm not playing this. So it only took me a couple years later until as of recent for me to play the game. As you see, this footage is mine. I was super disappointed. I really cannot play this game. It's boring. I don't like the Leviathans. The only thing I love about this game is the Shadow Leviathan, because now it is one of my, probably my 3rd favorite Leviathan in the whole series. I love the Shadow Leviathan. My Sea Moth in Subnautica 1 now is called the Shadow Leviathan. It's colored like it. But man, this game is so disappointing. And even worse, in the concept art, we saw the ice worm being able to swim around and stuff.
How the fuck would you show me something if I couldn't have it?
And all it does is just go on land and that's it. It's so disappointing, and I really, really wish Below Zero was either a DLC or they just didn't make the story, whatever it is. The Alan story is stupid. The whole Robin sister or whatever story is stupid. I just don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. I think the story's mid. I think a lot of it is just mid. It's just so disappointing to me, and it sucks because I really love Subnautica. And while we're on the topic of games, these last two things are games, just saying. And the first one I'd like to say is kind of like an honorable mention because I haven't fully played it or anything. It's Dark Deception. Quick little story. If you're around 2018, probably 2017, I don't remember how old the game is. You probably saw, or you definitely saw, Cub Scouts, Corey Kenshin, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, a whole bunch of YouTubers play this game called Dark Deception, where it's just you're in a hotel, monkeys with knife hands are chasing you around, and it's like Pac-Man. Everyone saw it, we all know about it, and everyone was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So eventually, with my years watching it, I was like, man, this game looks cool, and I realized, hey, it's free. So I downloaded it, and I played it, and I'm like, yeah, this is a game. It didn't really scare me. It wasn't anything crazy. And like I said, the reason this is an honorable mention is because I haven't fully played it yet. But I really just don't want to willingly spend the money to play it. If I ever do a Dark Deception video, would you guys watch it? Because then maybe I'll change my mind on this game, because I think it's so, like, okay and overrated. But hey, like I said, if you're still watching this video and you guys want a Dark Deception playthrough, I'll spend the money and I'll play the game for you guys. Now we're on to the last thing. This is probably the most disappointing, anticlimactic, and most underwhelming thing to me besides Below Zero, and that's the game In Silence. Now, one of my favorite YouTubers, and probably just one of my favorite type of videos to watch on YouTube, and what really inspires me to do YouTube, are videos of people playing with their friends. So Vanos Gaming, Smitty, Yummy, Soup, you know, all those YouTubers. I love their videos so much. And eventually they all played this game called In Silence, and I was like, whoa, this game looks fun. It's hilarious. So eventually a couple of my friend, I think, I won't say their names, but one of them was like, hey, I bought you this game. And I was like, oh, thanks. And it was In Silence. I was like, oh, hell yeah. So we all start playing In Silence. And at first we played the snow map. Like, man, this is kind of boring. So then we're like, oh, let's play the forest map, you know, the one everyone plays. Then we played it. Now, around this time, I was still doing YouTube, but I didn't really want, my friends didn't know, so I didn't want to record them without them knowing, because it would have been kind of like a dick move. But, man, was this game just boring. And there's a bunch of us, too. There was like 6 or 8 of us playing this, so there wasn't like 4 people just playing this. No, there's like 8 of us, I think, now that I'm remembering. We're all playing it, and it was just like, wow, this game is pretty boring. Now, it is maybe a game where you have to kind of have like the YouTuber mindset for it, where, you know, you're a YouTuber making a video, so you got to make things interesting. Maybe it's that. But as a game that prides itself in being a multiplayer horror game, it was okay. Alright, so that was kind of like my list of anticlimactic / boring / underwhelming things for me. This is just a quick little video. I'm gonna start doing more smaller videos like this to just get uploaded while I work, and do more bigger videos like gameplay and stuff, because I plan on doing a lot more bigger videos. I eventually want to do playthroughs, and I eventually want to start working on a video where I do a whole game in one video. So yeah, that was my list. If you guys enjoyed this type of video, please tell me. If you want me to do more reviews, more lists and all that, please tell me. These are just simple videos I can do, and I kind of actually have fun doing them. Hope you guys enjoy my opinions, and if you disagree with them, cool, whatever. So yeah, thank you guys, like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.